Welcome to the Side Out Society podcast, your go-to place for the culture, stories, and communities surrounding women's volleyball. I'm one of your hosts, Tiff Oshinsky.
And I'm Lindsay Harwood, your other host.
Lindsay, the countdown to the start of the 2026 NCAA volleyball season continues. And as of the date that this podcast publishes, we are only 9 days away from the AVCA first serve in the first match of the season.
Ooh, I didn't realize it was 9 days already. I was like, okay, it's coming soon. I feel like we've been talking about this or anticipating it for a long time. And now it's only 9 days. So I got to finish all my TV shows first. And then I'm like, all I'm going to watch for the next few months is volleyball.
I know we're going to be jam-packed with just lots of hours of volleyball. I can't wait. And, although our guest today gets an extra week of prep before the season officially kicks off, she and her team will get their own exciting showcase as they're one of the teams that gets to travel to the Bahamas as part of their non-conference schedule.
I know, that's so fun. I was like, oh, if you have to wait an extra week to start, I would say going to the Bahamas for Paradise Invitational is worth it. And so happy Side Out's going too. So we'll see our guest down there also.
Yes. Although, to be fair, our next guest spent her high school days dominating the sport in Chillicothe, Illinois, which is also known as the Bahamas of the Midwest, a title that I just completely made up right now, but we're going to roll with it just for this introduction. So before taking West Lafayette by storm, she was a total phenom, setting the Peoria area record for all-time career kills and ranking third in the entire state. Since stepping onto campus at Purdue, she has transformed into an absolute superstar six-rotation outside hitter. Last season, she put up a staggering 577 kills, the third most in a single season in Boilermaker history, earning her AVCA National Player of the Year semifinalist honors and cementing her status as one of the most lethal attackers in the country. And if dominating the Big Ten wasn't enough, she used to be a competitive swimmer, was a complete pillar of loyalty during the transfer portal chaos, and off the court, she's a pre-dental student planning to become an orthodontist, which means she is equally capable of breaking your defensive block or fixing your bite. She is an AVCA All-American, a fan favorite, and an absolute powerhouse on the pin. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Purdue's star outside hitter, Kenna Wollard.
Hello. Thank you so much for that intro. That was awesome.
Oh, we're so excited to have you, Kenna. Every word of it's true. The Bahamas of the Midwest, I'm sure, is what you heard Peoria, being called growing up, right?
Yeah, exactly. So many times.
Well, we know that you are taking time out of your busy schedule. You ladies are in the middle of 2 days right now. So going into this preseason, let's start with the mantra. What is the mentality going into the 2026 season?
Yeah, I think this year it's been a little bit different because obviously last year we were in a little bit of a crazy situation. We had some people leaving and some seniors graduating. So at this time of the year last year, it was a little all over the place. We didn't really know what to expect. But once we got to playing, we kind of had a purpose with it, And this year we're trying to find our purpose within who we are, I think, because we have the talent. We have a little bit more experience, and the girls like me and a couple of the other seniors who got to play last year were able to go through that. So I think that that'll help us in finding that. But right now, I think we're still just kind of finding that, but we've been really competitive. We've been having a lot of fun, and it's just been a super exciting time because we know that we have a very high ceiling.
So right now you're on campus, you're doing 2 days. You have a really exciting start of your schedule. I guess you start a week later, but you have some big names. You have Creighton, TCU, Texas A&M, then Paradise. How are you guys feeling? Are you settled? Are you moved in? Are you what's going on campus right now? Tell me.
Yeah, we definitely are very excited. Our preseason, like you said, is a strong one, and we're really, really looking forward to it. We get to play Texas A&M, who is reigning national champions, of course, and some other really good teams. So we're all super pumped for that. But I think right now, we're all just how is it already here? Summer went so fast. And the spring even went fast. So it seems like we were kind of just in season and now we're already back to it, which is so crazy. But I think we're all ready. We've gotten back into the groove of it and it's going really well. And we're all so excited. Me and 3 of the other girls, Ryan, Taylor, and Grace, just moved into a house, and we've been moved in for a little bit, but which is nice. But yeah, we moved into a house like right across from the gym, the neighborhood across from the gym. So it's been a lot of fun. We've been loving it. We've been walking to practices, and yeah, it's just been awesome.
Oh, that's so fun. What's the dynamic like? Is someone like the clean person? Is the other person like the messy person? Is one person the cook? Or are all of you kind of like the same person?
I think we all are kind of have our different ways. I would say Taylor's more of like the deep cleaner. Like she's been cleaning our bathroom already and like cleaning the floors and stuff. And I would say like Ryan and I are a little bit tidier. Grace does a good job too, but like we'll always have our stuff cleaned up. Grace is a big cook. She will prep her meals, and she's always in the kitchen making food, except for during preseason because we get our meals. But Ryan also will cook quite a bit. I'll do some. Taylor not as much, but yeah, it's fun. It's so fun and I haven't lived with Grace or Taylor yet, so it's been very fun to see how that goes.
Awesome. And it's good to have roommates who like to cook. I'm
Yes,
like,
for sure.
I'll do it, but it's not my favorite thing to do. So if someone loves it, I'm all for it.
Yeah, we've talked about too doing like a family dinner once a week and having a different person cook dinner each week. So we'll see if that happens, but I think that would be fun.
Oh, that's so sweet. What's kind of like, I mean, you guys just moved in, so it's still pretty new, but what's kind of been a meal that you're excited for them to cook or for you to participate in cooking?
Ryan makes really good like burger bowls that I love. So hopefully that will be in the rotation. That's so good. Grace made some spicy vodka pasta the other week. That looked amazing. So maybe she'll make that for us. So those meals.
I like it. So with the start of the season, I mean, you mentioned 3 of your, well, I guess you, including 2 of your other roommates, are on this AVCA, player to watch list that just came out. Do you feel pressure all of a sudden that you guys, I mean, you're one of, I believe, 3 schools who have 3 players that were named to this list. So are you feeling any pressure? Are you more excited and this is more driving you guys for this upcoming season? Just what's kind of going through you guys' mind?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you obviously can look at it many ways, but it puts a little bit of pressure on you, but I feel like that's a better position to be in, than, like I said, like last year, it was just so much different. And it's crazy how much one year, like things can change in a matter of 1 year. And like this is exactly the position that I would like to be in, like I'm so grateful to be on that list and to have a little bit of pressure added to me and just, I'm not going to let being on that list like really affect how I play and like go in more nervous than I would, So I think it's great. We're all very grateful and excited.
So I know you mentioned like what it was like last year at this time, like, crazy changes going on with your roster and stuff. And I guess, your first few years more of a supportive player. And then last year, like an incredible breakout season. We always knew you were amazing, but I think just the stats and your, just the way that you dominated on your team was just really impressive. What was the mentality were you ready for that when you found out people were leaving and you were going to be the star? And you really just stepped up to the plate and now you're the leader of the team, one of the number 1 talked about players in the country. How does that mentality shift? Like, what was that going into last year compared to going into this year?
Right. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I would say last year, I definitely didn't realize how big of a responsibility it was going to be. Because not only did I have a lot more to do on the court, I also had more of a leadership role. And I think that I didn't perfect that in any way, but I got so much better throughout the year. And I think obviously that's going to help me for this year. But I just think that like, I don't know, so super, super cool. But obviously the difference from last year, this year, like now I have a little bit more experience and I'm just going to take what I've learned and really, try and take that into this year.
Well, when you were in high school, you were an outside hitter, and then you got thrown to right side when you were at Purdue, and now you're back as an outside hitter. I mean, what was the transition like from high school to college? And then was there kind of like this sigh of relief once you got put back on the left side?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, my freshman and sophomore year, it wasn't as much of the position that I would love to have been in. But I think that it allowed me to grow so much as a player and mentally on the court. Like I feel like I became much more of a stronger mental presence because it was tough and I had quite a few challenges and I learned so much about myself through that process. So as much as it was not fun and it was pretty tough for me, like I don't feel like I would change it because I think it would have put me in a different position for last year. So I think that really prepared me. But yes, I definitely felt a sigh of relief when I was able to go back to my position because it just felt so much more natural, so much less thinking. And I just felt like I was back to being myself on the court.
If you don't mind me asking, like, you know, when you talk about the challenges of it, obviously we know it's a different position. There's different footwork, what you're looking at, all of that kind of stuff. Was it challenges like that, like learning how to be in a new position or like the mentality of your role on the team and stuff like that? Like what were those challenges like? Because I'm sure other people are experiencing challenges, you know, joining a team and being thrown into it.
Yeah, definitely. Not that I expected myself to be like the best player like I was on my high school team when I got here at Purdue. But I think just having a different role, and I think it wavered my confidence a little bit just because I was seeing the other girls on my team, you know, really being successful in the position that I used to be in, or just in general, and being able to play and be themselves, you know. Like I just felt like I had to go out there and really like really mentally lock in to even perform at a decent level. And like, if I didn't, it was just so hard for me. So I would say that was the biggest thing for me. Obviously right side is a lot different than the outside, but you can kind of learn that. And since I was playing it for 2 years, I feel like I got the hang of it. Still not great on the right side. Like, thank goodness I'm back to the outside.
How did you mentally get over those hurdles? I know that your parents were student athletes in college too. So was it like, did your parents help you overcome these challenges? Was it Coach Shondell helping you overcome this? Was it your teammates, you know, psychologists that Purdue offers? You know, what kind of helped you get over that, or through that, I should say?
To be honest, I think it was kind of hard for me and my parents, just because, you know, like we weren't used to it. Like in high school and club, I was so used to just being able to play and kind of have fun and not really have to worry about those aspects of it, the toughness, the challenges, the mental side of the sport. So I think that we learned a lot together. Like obviously I was always going and talking to my parents and they were giving me the best advice that they could, but it was definitely hard on them too. But I did meet with a psychologist here a few times. And he was very helpful. I've enjoyed that a lot. I think that's a very good resource. And then also, something I thought that just really helped me were the coaches. Like even when I was struggling, I feel like they were still instilling like their confidence and belief in me, which made such a big difference, because even when I was questioning how I was doing, I feel like they just did such a good job of like lifting me up and like allowing me to be myself, even though I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. And now we're happy to see you on the outside and like such a dominant presence for last year and this year. It'll be so exciting.
Well, thank you.
Well, I wanted to go because before you even, I'm going back in time with this conversation, but
No
I just also find it like really fascinating because I know your mom was a swimmer and you used to be a competitive swimmer as well. So, you know, as we keep going back in time in your career in sports, when did you decide to stop being a competitive swimmer and focus on volleyball? And when did you realize that, you know, you were good at volleyball, that you could pursue that as opposed to swimming?
Right. I started swimming when I was very young. Started swimming off kind of for fun. And then I got a little more serious. I started swimming for a competitive, like travel club type of swim team. And then even my sophomore year, which was COVID for me, my sophomore year of high school, the season switched. So I was able to swim for a high school season because swimming and volleyball is the same season. So when COVID happened and the volleyball season got moved back, I was able to swim that year. So I think that was my last year swimming, but I loved swimming. I really, really did. It was so different than volleyball just because it's an individual sport. And I would get so much more nervous for it. And like the adrenaline was just on another level for me. But I loved that. I feel like I am kind of a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. So I enjoyed it, but it also was like a little more stressful for me, you know? And I didn't love the practices. So I feel like overall I just enjoyed volleyball more. And then once I started playing club volleyball, I was just like, there's no question, you know, I'm going to probably stick with volleyball. And I always told my mom, like, I wish I could clone myself. And one of me could go swim in college and then the other could go play in volleyball in college and just see how that would go. But I think that I would enjoy volleyball a lot more than I would swimming in college because that's quite the obligation.
The alternate timeline.
Yeah, literally.
Was swimming for you? So like where I am in New Jersey, we have friends whose kids are competitive swimmers and they're young. They're like 9, 8, and they have practice like 4 or 5 times a week. Is that how insane it is for swimming?
Oh my gosh.
Everywhere?
It's so crazy. I mean, a lot of places even will have like 2 practices a day, and that's like the norm, like all the time. Like in the morning and in the afternoon. Swimmers are seriously on a different level. It's crazy. But it's, I think also because like if you don't swim even for a couple days, like you get out of swimming shape. Like it's just, I think staying in shape. It's pretty crazy though.
Yeah, and you're like, if you don't like swim practice, and it's very individual too. I imagine a swim practice is very different than volleyball, where you're like actually with friends and way more of a team sport. Volleyball is way more of a team sport.
Yeah. But I always tell people, like, I'm so grateful I did it just because I think it's such a cool sport. And I seriously am so in awe of all the swimmers, the college swimmers, and even, you know, like the pro and Olympians, because I'm just like, that's so awesome. It's such a cool sport.
Yeah, it is. So when you were deciding to go to college, you always knew that volleyball was going to be the sport that you were going to pursue. But what did your parents think as alums of Illinois that you were looking at Purdue?
Well, to be honest, we didn't go in with a ton of expectations, I think. Obviously, I always kind of wanted to go to Illinois. Just growing up there, I loved it I loved the campus so much, and we were close, and I thought I wanted to stay close to home, which I did end up staying close to home. But I didn't really have Purdue in my mind, like ever. And then, Dave contacted me to set up a call, and I was like, wait, like, why have I not thought of this before? And I just really hadn't watched them much, which is so weird to me. Like, I don't know. I just never really paid much attention to Purdue, I guess, just because I was such an Illinois fan. But then when he reached out to me and I had a call set up, I was like, wait, this could be kind of perfect. And I was like, I could really see myself there. And then the call happened and I was like, I just don't think I could. I don't know. It just seems like the right situation. And here we are.
No, he's great. I got to chat with him for a little bit at the Big Ten Media Day last week. And he was awesome. We were talking just about coaching and competitiveness and all of that. And I can see why, like, just after a phone call, you know, just being inspired by him and wanting to play for
He's
him.
a convincing guy for sure, but he's just he's a great person. I'm so grateful to play for him.
What was that conversation like when you spoke to him on the phone? What did he say that made you say, yeah, I'm coming to Purdue?
Well, I thought it was pretty funny because he, and I don't know how true this is, but he was like, I don't ever offer a full ride scholarship on the first phone call, but I'm going to for you. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like that's, you know, very, very cool. I don't know how true that is, but for him to say that, obviously. And then also, he said that he was able to watch me at I think it was in Kansas City or Louisville. I think it might have been Louisville, but at a Louisville tournament. And he was like, from then on out, I wanted to come to your court every single time you were playing a game, just so you knew how interested I was in you, because I just really liked you as a player and I wanted you so bad. And obviously I was able to see that. He was at every single one of my games after he watched a game and saw me. So I was like, awesome. Very cool.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, this is going to be his 24th season, I believe. So I really hope that it's true that he doesn't offer full scholarships on the first phone call and that you're the first one.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I know. I don't really know if I've ever asked him that, but.
So going to this upcoming season and all the exciting things going on, I know that you guys are going to be in the State Farm Volleyball Showcase where you're going to be playing Creighton, which is going to be an awesome game. But I mean, Lindsay and I are pumped about this Paradise Invitational because it's so cool. First off, I mean, you get to go to the Bahamas to play, but how did you find out? How did the team find out that you guys were going to be going to the Bahamas?
Yeah, in the beginning, it was kind of like amongst the team, we were like, I think we might be going to the Bahamas. Like someone had heard it and they were like, we were like spreading it and we are like, no way. Like there's no way we're going to go, especially because our basketball team went last year to this like exact tournament at Bahamar. So we're like, that would be awesome. And then I think they just ended up announcing it to us one of our spring practices and we were super excited. So cool. And now we're trying to, convince them to let us have a little bit of a beach day or a fun day on Thursday when we're there. So we'll see if that happens.
I know. I was gonna ask. So when you first heard, okay, we're going to the Bahamas to play, what's the thing you're most excited about that has nothing to do with volleyball? And maybe it's just beach day.
Yeah, I would say probably just beach day, being able to enjoy being in the Bahamas. But we're a little iffy. I don't know if we're gonna get to or not, just because Dave is very, he's gonna be very about the game. So.
Yeah, but you should say, I saw your social media post with Paradise Invitational and you got to enjoy. So where's our time to enjoy as well?
Seriously, he was having quite the time.
And so at media day, I asked him, I said, especially on the social post, it looks like you guys are all friends with the coaches and you're shooting all these funny social videos on, going down the water slide in the wave park and stuff. But I was like, are you secretly just really competitive still? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Like they're my friends, but I still want to win. Are you the same way or can you put it aside?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the situation, but I would say I'm pretty competitive, but at the same time, I feel like I can put it aside. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I could too for the beach, for the Bahamas.
Yeah, definitely.
Are your friends, is family coming down? Like our friends and family?
I actually have quite a bit of family. I'm excited. I think my parents, my grandparents, my brother's coming, so should be a good time. Maybe even some of my parents' friends, which will be very fun.
I feel like it's going to be the place to be for preseason for volleyball this year.
Oh, I'm excited to see how it turns out and how it all goes down.
Yeah, for sure. And another cool thing that's going on this season is the Big Ten is going to be doing their tournament, which I don't even know has it happened before? Are they bringing this back? I don't remember, but I don't remember a Big Ten tournament.
I think it's happened many years ago.
Many years
ago. They're bringing it back.
Yeah. So not quite a while.
Yeah. But I feel like one of the cool things, I mean, last year when the SEC brought their tournament back, it was just like so fun to watch. And it's like a different level compared to the regular season games, but it's still like, It's like double the tournament fun because you have that and then the actual NCAA tournament. But when it's conference, it's true rivals and a lot more intense. So what are you guys thinking about when it comes to that? Like, how excited are you?
Yeah, I think we're super excited, especially since it's going to be in Indiana at the Fishers Event Center, which we have played at a couple times. And it's obviously where the pro team plays in Indiana. So I think that's pretty cool and kind of gives us a little bit of like a bragging right. But I think we're very excited for it. I think it'll be a super cool experience. All of the Big Ten teams in one spot and just going to be going after it. So I think it'll be really cool and we're excited, looking forward to it. And that's definitely, obviously, aside from the NCAA tournament, is one of our end goals that we're, kind of striving for.
Yeah. How have you been handling the leadership responsibilities, especially after becoming one of the leaders last year? Do you feel comfortable in this position considering you were a leader on your high school team and you've done it? Or is it kind of still a little nerve-wracking because college is such a larger spotlight?
I think it's still a challenge for me just because I don't feel like I'm the most natural leader, like vocally wise. I think that I show it pretty well with how I play. But I think I have to do a better job even still with vocal, with how I'm speaking leadership and that kind of stuff. But I feel like I learn daily, like in practice. I'm just, like, oh, I could have done that better. Or, how am I going to, show it more in the next practice? So I think it's been cool. So hopefully I continue. Well, not hopefully, I'm going to.
You got this. We believe in you 100%.
So wait, so now that you're a senior, we mentioned this earlier. You said you're pre-dental and you want to be an orthodontist. Is that still true? Do you want to play pro? Are you going to stop playing volleyball? What's your mindset?
Yeah. So right now I'm kind of just, it's a little up in the air. Obviously I want to play pro with how cool it is to be playing volleyball at this time. And for all the opportunities that there are with pro, I would be silly, to pass that up. So I'm definitely going to play pro. I could play for a while, or I could see myself playing for a while, or I could see myself playing for a couple years and then, I'm deciding I want to pursue dental school. But right now in my mind, it's kind of like if I want to study for the dental exam and take the dental exam, I'm going to do that and take the dental exam, see if I can get in and kind of then start doing all that stuff. Or maybe I hold off on that and another opportunity will come about. That's like completely not what I've expected or thought for myself at all. So I'm just kind of seeing. I think I would love to be an orthodontist. I would love to. It's just whether or not I want to, put in the work to go to dental school, honestly.
How did you
that
decide?
love come from? Yeah.
Well, my mom was a dentist. So ever since I was little, I kind of have just she's been a big role model to me, obviously. And I think that I was just able to see how great of a profession it is because she didn't have to work every day of the week, which was so nice. And she kind of, made her own hours because as a dentist, you have that. And it's super nice. So she had a really good work-life balance. And I think I just saw how much she enjoyed it. And she really liked being a dentist. And then I always said I want to be a dentist. And then I was like, wait, I love orthodontists. And I've shadowed a couple orthodontists. And I could just really see myself doing that. So
That's so awesome.
I shadowed a dentist this summer, actually, quite a bit. And I had a really fun time. So yeah, we'll see.
That's so cool.
We're excited to see what you decide. Yeah, we're going to cheer you on.
I know.
Thank you.
I was just going to say, though, I couldn't do the teeth thing. I always thought to myself, I'm like, if I could go into some sort of medical career, what would it be? Because you do want that work-life balance, right? Like ER, your work-life balance is like nothing.
Exactly.
But orthodontists and dentists have great work-life balances as well as dermatologists. But I can't, I don't like dealing with the teeth and the mouth. And then I don't like all the skin issues that you would have to deal with as a dermatologist. I'm like, this is why I'm a creative and not in the medical field in any way.
It's so funny. I just never really thought of it like that. I just teeth and mouths, it just doesn't bother me at all. So, I guess there's people out there, both sides of it, And
that's why you grew up with it.
Dentists.
Yeah. Seriously. I mean, we need more people like you who do that. So, and like doing it. So,
well, let's hope I can do it. Thanks.
So because like I said, before we started recording, I don't want to, we know that you're in the middle of 2-a-days and we know that you're talking to us during your lunch break and we want to make sure that you get a good break before you start the second session. So we want to end the interview with our side out sprint, which is just a few quick questions, very lighthearted for the most part. And, if you're ready, then we'll start going. All right.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
What is your must-have beauty product?
Probably mascara or bronzer.
Nice.
What's your mascara? What's your go-to mascara?
Telescopic by far.
That's a good one. Who's a Big Ten player not on your current team that you would want on your side for a pickup game?
Probably Andy Jackson. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. She's just a stud.
Yeah.
She's such a stud. And she's so nice. I got a chat with her too last week and she's like a ray of sunshine. Love her.
She seems fun.
What are you reading right now?
That is a good question. I actually brought a book in from my car because it was sitting in my car forever because I have not been reading, but it's Verity by Colleen Hoover.
So good.
Yeah, I was just
I haven't started it yet.
sent my friend that. Oh, it's good. They just posted the official movie poster for it with Anne Hathaway,
really?
Dakota Johnson, and Josh Hartnett.
Oh my gosh, that'll be good. Yeah, so I need to read it. I guess it's good
Gotta
timing.
read it before the movie comes out.
Yeah, exactly. I know I'm a little late on that. I feel like people were reading.
Okay. Never too
Never
late.
too late for reading. Never.
That's perfect timing now.
Do you have a current obsession right now? Like a product, a TV show, food, restaurant, a brand, anything?
Well, actually, my roommates and I have been watching Married at First Sight. And this is the
I
first.
love that show.
Yes. This is the first season that I've watched. And my mom has watched it from season 1 to 20, whatever we're on now. So she's been watching it for a while. And she's always told me that I should watch it and it's good. But we were actually watching a different show. And then all of a sudden, the preview for Married at First Sight came out. And we thought it was like the whole first episode. So we're like so into it. And then all of a sudden it ends. And it's like Married at First Sight coming out in 2 weeks or whatever. And we're like, oh, now we have to watch it. And we're hooked.
Now you're vested.
Yeah. So I would say that's our current obsession.
I love
Amazing.
it. My mom recommended it to me too. And I put it on and I was like, yep, I love it.
Yeah, it's good.
Do you have a secret talent?
I feel like I never know what to say for this, but actually today, before we were lifting, our morning sessions are positional groups, and I'm the earlier group. So we get to lift before the second group does. And we were doing some like tricks and stuff. And I can do like a round off back handspring. I used to tumble when I was younger too. So I feel like when I do that, people are always shocked. So I would say that's a secret talent.
That's
impressive.
amazing. Yeah. Is there someone in volleyball whose personality is completely different than what fans might assume? Or even something about you?
Definitely. I'm trying to think who. I would probably say our setter Taylor. I think anybody who watches her is like, oh my gosh, she's this really quiet, sweet, little, gentle personality. But I think once you get to know Taylor, you learn that she's pretty fiery and she has a big personality and she's pretty talkative. So probably Taylor on my team.
What is one of or the top item on your bucket list?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Well, Grace and my old teammate Julia, she was here visiting. They just went skydiving, and I didn't go just because it was kind of a quick decision, and I didn't know if I was really feeling it or not. But I think I want to do it sometime in my life. So I think skydiving's up there. I don't know if it's the top of my list, but I can't really think of something else. So I would say skydiving for now.
Ooh, I hate heights, so I'm like, it gives me like the willies just thinking
I've
about
been 3 times. I love it.
You love it?
Yeah. I've done it. I've done bungee jumping. Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm scared of bungee jumping. I don't know
think
if I would
bungee
ever
jumping
do
was
that.
a little scarier because you feel like
Yeah.
you're falling. Skydiving, you have someone with you. You don't really feel falling. You just feel wind.
Yeah.
I highly recommend. Maybe after this season, Kenna, after you win.
Yeah, we'll see.
Can you go? Okay, and our very last question. What's something that you're more confident about now than you were as a freshman or even a few years ago? Like something that's changed for you that you just feel a little more confident in?
I feel like just from being a freshman to a senior, I think I've just learned how important it is to be yourself and not really change your opinion or your personality for others. And not saying that I did that all the time my freshman year, but I just think that I'm more cognizant of it now. And I just feel like I embrace it more, which is really cool. And I'm just more comfortable in who I am than probably who I was freshman year. So just learned so much about myself, within these 4 years.
Yeah. Well, that's how you improve and you succeed and you get better, and that's awesome. Well, Kenna, we thank you so much for all this time that you gave us. We're so excited to watch you this season, you and your teammates, because like I said, you guys have a fun team, a bunch of AVCA players to watch, an exciting non-conference schedule, exciting conference schedule. Like everything about it is just going to be such a great, great season. So thank you so much for your time. Best of luck this season, and we will see you on the court.
Yes. Well, thank you guys for having me. See you in the Bahamas.
Yes, see you in the Bahamas.